From John Keener Memorial Field in Albion, Illinois, it's Edwards County Lions baseball action. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dave Rigg alongside Troy Rigg. We're getting ready to bring you the championship game of the Class 1A Norris City Omaha Infield Regional Baseball Tournament. Except it's being played in Albion this morning. In fact, this is 2 days in a row now that the conclusion of this Class 1A Regional will be contested here in Albion. The reason is simple. The baseball field down at Norris City, they don't have a grass infield there to my knowledge, and they've had more rain down there than what we've had here in the Albion area over the past few days, and so their baseball field was just unplayable. So the semifinal game was moved up here yesterday afternoon at 2 o'clock. They started that game, which Edwards County won easily by a score of 13-2 over NCOE. And so now that puts them in the championship game here this morning against the Galatia Bearcats. Our webcast, as always, comes your way through the courtesy of the Edwards County Webcast Boosters. These are businesses, organizations, and individuals who have graciously agreed to pay me $2 for the webcast today to help me cover my expenses in bringing you Edwards County sports activities this school year on the NFHS network. We'll check the starting lineups after Troy checks some of our webcast boosters.
And they include Citizens of National Bank in Albion, Nails Funeral Homes in Albion and Fairfield, Gospel Chapel in Bone Gap. Services are every Sunday at 10. Brian Mewes, your Edward Jones investment agent in Albion. Edwards County Superintendent of Schools, David Cowger and his family, David, Tiffany, Dallan, Camden, and Addison. Rick, Kelly, Allison, and Drew Wolf. Doug Raber, he's your State Farm Insurance agent in Albion. The Merbarger family, that's Lonnie, Valerie, Sadie, and Hallie. Kevin, Heidi, and TJ Smurden. Head baseball coach Chris Duncan and his family, Miranda, Jackson, Jeter. Dr. Chris Ballard and his wife, Jerry. John and Denise Duncan, Ed and Mary Bailey, George and Shirley Tribe, and Eddie and Lila Fuchs.
Well, because this is the regional tournament, we not only have a home plate umpire and a one-base umpire, we got two base umpires for this regional tournament, and Troy's going to tell you who the umpires are for today's game.
Your home plate umpire, Dave, is Rocky Hull. Umpiring down at first will be Bird Huber, and over at third it will be Dave Hill.
And the Edwards County Lions take the field now to take their final warm-ups before we have the first pitch of the ball game. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Galatia Bearcats. This is a home game for Edwards County, not just because it's being played here, but because Edwards County had a higher seed in the regional tournament by the IHSA. So whenever the teams match up in the tournament, it's always the higher or the lower seeded. Well, I don't know. Like, for instance, if you're a 3 seed and they're a 5 seed, then the 3 seed's going to be the home team. Here in Edwards County's case, we are the 3 seed of the tournament, and Galatia came in as the 9 seed. And Troy, based on that and the fact that Galatia comes in with a record of 5-15, while Edwards County comes in with a 15-6 record, you'd have to say that, plus we're playing on our home field, that Edwards County should be favored to win this game. However, in talking to their head coach, Andy Bell, just a few minutes ago, he was telling me that Galatia started out slow, but they've been playing good baseball here recently, and that helped them to knock off Grayville 3-2, and then edge out Gallatin County 4-3 to put them in this championship game here this morning. Leading off for the Bearcats will be their left fielder, Brendan Mondino. Hitting second will be the third baseman, Noah Triplett. Hitting third, their pitcher, Austin Stevens. Their cleanup hitter is their second baseman, Braxton Lane. Hitting fifth, the shortstop, A.J. Hankins. Hitting sixth will be the first baseman, Ben Mitchell. Hitting seventh, the center fielder, Will Pulliam. The eighth place hitter is their catcher, Caleb Reed, and the ninth place hitter will be the right fielder, Joel Glenn. Nick Triplett, Cam Triplett, and Gabe Sanders will be on the bench for the Bearcats. And we're ready to go. Boy, Troy, it really has brightened up here in the last 10 minutes.
Has.
The sun is shining here at John Keener Memorial Field. We did have some very light sprinkles about a half hour ago, but the field is in good condition, and the Lions are ready to go. And Marty Schmittler, the Edwards County right-handers, into the windup, and the first pitch of the ball game is outside for ball one to Brendan Mondino, a left-hand batter and the left fielder as well. Bearcats wearing their red jerseys. And a fastball is inside for ball two. Setting the Edwards County defense for you, we've got Andrew Rotramel at first base. Kyle Mewes is at second. Cade Schwartzlose at short. And the next pitch is a fastball swung on and missed, strike one. So it's 2 balls and a strike. We've got playing third base today, Camden Cowger. Out in left field is Marcus Stennett. The center fielder is Tyger Clodfelter. Next pitch is bunted high in the air. And, oh, my goodness, that would have been an easy catch for Camden Cowger, but he fell down, Troy. So that'll be a bunt single for Brendan Mondino. That would have been an easy catch, Troy. The ball was popped high in the air, and Cowger came charging in and then fell down, and the ball fell behind him.
There could be some moisture in that grass, Dave.
Well, possibly, but we did have the tarp on the field, so not much, although it did sprinkle just a little bit. Here's Noah Triplett, the third baseman. And there goes the runner. The pitch is a strike. The throw down to second base is off the mark, and it's a stolen base for Brendan Mondino. And we've got a few Bearcat fans that made the trip up here, Troy.
They
Hear
did.
them clapping off to the right or left here. Edwards County fans, of course, seated below us here, underneath the announcer's booth and off to the right in the bleachers. So Mondino takes a short lead at second base. Triplett swings and fouls it right back to the screen. Makes it a no-ball, 2-strike count. I guess I was setting the defense. Tyger Clodfelter's in center. The right fielder is Ryan St. Ledger. The catcher is Dallan Cowger. And the pitcher is Marty Schmittler, and that pitch is up high for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dallan Cowger is our catcher again here today. So with a 1 ball, 2 strike count, Schmittler off the stretch, checks the runner, and pitches. Swing and a miss. That pitch was way over his head, Troy.
Sure was.
I'm sure Coach Andy Bell's not happy with that. That's strike 3, so that's 1 out. And here's Austin Stevens, the pitcher today for the Bearcats. I was asking them, what is a Bearcat? None of the players were really sure what a Bearcat is. I asked him, I said, well, what is your mascot that looks like on the logos and so on? Here's the pitch, fastball outside, ball 1. And the head coach, Andy Bell, said, well, it kind of looks like a bear, but it's not. I don't know. That's what. But none of the players knew what a Bearcat is. Here's the pitch. That's up high. There goes the runner to third, and the throw down there goes into left field. And now here comes the runner to the plate, and that throw by Stennett is way off the mark. And the Bearcats have scored an easy run here in the first inning, 1-0. I don't think Dallan Cowger's calling for a conference, and there was a breakdown in communication there, Troy, because nobody hollered at Cowger that the runner was going to third. And by the time he made the throw, and in fact, Camden Cowger, his brother, was way off the bag. He didn't even move the bag towards the bag to make a tag until it was too late.
No.
And then the throw goes into left field, and on that error, the run scores. So it's 1-0 Bearcats, but the Lions gave them that run, Troy.
I'm afraid so, Dave.
All right, here's the pitch now. That's high and outside for a ball. 3 balls, no strikes, I should say. So Marty's got to throw a strike now. Here's a fastball. That's up high for ball 4. And Marty grabs the dirt at the mound in disgust. Well, it all started, Troy, with that bunt when Camden Cowger fell down and the ball fell on the infield for a hit, and then he steals second. Steals third, and then goes home on the error on the throw. Did you give the error to the throw, Troy?
To the catcher, yeah.
Oh, and there goes another pickoff to play that gets away from Rotramel, and the runner goes to second base. Well, Troy, this is not indeed in fact, Chris Duncan has seen enough. He's going to come out and have a conference here with his players. Try to get their heads in the right direction here, Troy.
You have to in a hurry, Dave, because things can snowball.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know how good this pitcher for the Bearcats, Austin Stevens, is, but some pitchers, you give them a run or two, and that's it. You know, they're going to beat you.
And based on those scores up to this point, it looks like Galatia's been getting some good pitching.
Well, yeah, they beat
low-scoring games.
They gave 2 runs to Grayville and gave 3 runs to Gallatin County. So you'd have to think they've got some decent pitching.
Absolutely.
So as you can see there on your screen, Coach Duncan is really having a discussion with his infielders and his pitcher and catcher because, well, what have we had now, 2 or 3 errors already?
We have had 2 errors, Dave.
2 errors and a breakdown in communication. Somebody should have been hollering, he's going, or something like that, but I didn't hear anything said.
I
did you?
didn't either, no.
No. So the Lions definitely are not on the beam here yet, and that's going to have to straighten out here. This is the regional championship game. You win, you keep playing, you lose, the season's over.
It's done.
All right, here is Braxton Lane, the second baseman, their cleanup hitter. The fastball is a strike at the letters. So that's Austin Stevens at second base with 1 out and 1 run already in. From the stretch, here's Marty's, boy, what a long pause. And that ball's fouled right back here. I think that went off the umpire's mask too, Troy. So it's a no ball, 2 strike count. Edwards County Lions at 15-6. The Galatia Bearcats at 5-15. Runner takes a decent lead at second base, and the pitch is up high for a ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, it started out gray and overcast and cloudy and just a few sprinkles here and there, but the sun's popped out now. I don't think it's going to last too long, though. That pitch is high and inside for a ball. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kind of looking kind of cloudy and overcast to the west, Troy.
Yeah, it is. But I'm feeling confident they're going to get this game in today.
I don't expect any more rain to come in here till maybe later this afternoon.
Yeah.
The game should be over by then. All right, here comes the 2-2. Oh, it's a pickoff play. It hits the runner, but doesn't go very far.
And they're lucky it did, Dave, because otherwise that ball was headed for center field.
Yeah, and the runner would have ended up at third.
Yeah, right.
So things aren't starting out too well for the Edwards County Lions. I'm sure that didn't feel too good for the runner, Austin Stevens, down there. He got that in the side, if I was correct. Here's Schmittler's pitch, and that's fouled back and out of play over the backstop. The runner Stevens down there bluffed as if he was going to make a steal, and I think maybe that's why Marty's holding the ball a little longer, Troy, to kind of take the spring out of the runner's legs.
I think you're right.
And now another, but it's just a bluff pickoff. Marty doesn't throw it, and of course Stevens dives back into the bag. That's Bird Huber, who's moved over there to umpire there. He's the first base umpire. Pitch, swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout. 2 gone. And A.J. Hankins, the Galatia shortstop, will step in now for the Bearcats. Andy Bell, the head coach, is coaching down at third base, and Kendall Hankins is coaching down at first base for the Bearcats. There's Marty's first pitch to this batter. Swing and a miss. There goes a runner to third to throw, and he's tagged out.
He runs right into it.
That time the Lions were ready for it, and the running game cost the Bearcats a runner, but the Lions gave him a run.
They did, Dave. The Bearcats got 1 run on 1 hit. There were 2 errors, and thanks to the caught stealing there, no runners left.
Okay, we've played half an inning. The Bearcats scored a run. The Lions are coming to bat.
And your webcast boosters include Debbie Judge, the Edwards County Sheriff's Deputy, Albion Computer Guy at 275 South 4th Street in Albion, Whenever your computer needs fixing, go to Albion Computer Guy. Their hours are 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. The watering can at 107 West Main Street. Stop in and see the flowers and gift items that Nathan has available. Call 445-3924. The Beerster family, JR, Tara, Haley, JC, Walter, Mark, and Rachel at JTK Services. When you need tires, check with JR. Dwayne and Leanne Lear of Lear Electric in Albion. For electrical service you can depend on, call Dwayne Lear at 446-3166. United Mutual Insurance Company at 14 North 4th Street in Albion. When you need insurance, call Rick Etheridge. Keith, Kayla, Taylor, and Drew Roosevelt, the proud family of softball player Avery Roosevelt. And RCS Motorsports and Reese's Car and Truck Service located at 401 West Church Street in West Salem. A locally owned automotive shop. They do service and accessories. Call 618-456-2556.
All right, the Lions getting ready to take their first swings at the pitching of Austin Stevens, the right-hander. There you see on your screen taking his final warm-up tosses. The Lions will send up Ryan St. Ledger, Camden Cowger, and Marty Schmittler if anybody gets on, which we hope happens. Dallan Cowger will hit. So Ryan St. Ledger, the Edwards County right fielder, will step in. Ryan sometimes has done some pitching for Edwards County, also played some first base. Right-hand batter wears number 10. That was the number our dad used to wear when he was in high school on basketball team, Troy, number 10. Here's the first pitch to Ryan, and it's outside for ball one. Championship game of the Class 1A NCOA Regional, but it's too wet down there, so they're playing it here in Albion today. Here's the next pitch, and a curveball right over the plate for a call strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, Troy, we can really be proud of this baseball facility here in Albion at Edwards County High School. This is really a nice baseball field.
It certainly is.
Here's the next pitch on the way, and that's up high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. The grass infield there really helps. And, of course, they do have a tarp to put over the field to keep the rain from getting the dirt portions muddy. Here's the next pitch. A fastball is outside. Good stop by the Galatia catcher, Caleb Reed. We'll set the Bearcat defense for you here in just a minute. But we don't have Dobbs Tire to sponsor it. That pitch is ball 4. So Ryan St. Ledger takes a trot down to first base. We'll move the camera a little bit, try to catch him, see what kind of lead he takes. As Camden Cowger, the Edwards County third baseman, steps in now. I don't think we've got any left-hand batters on our team, do we, Troy?
I don't think we do.
I don't remember all season. A quick throw to first base, but Ryan's back in safely.
Unless there's somebody in JV who bats left-handed, we don't know about it.
We didn't ever see the JV team play. Austin Stevens from the stretch. Quick throw to first base again. Ryan back in, standing up. Bearcats may have heard that Coach Duncan likes to play the running game, Troy. That's a strike and a quick throw to first base. Catcher must think he's Yadier Molina. Can you believe all the injuries the Cardinals have had so far this season, Troy?
It's like I was telling you. I'll say it after this pitch.
Another quick throw to first base.
10 guys already on the DL, Dave, and when that comebacker hit Walker in the arm, I was thinking, no, there goes number 11, but hopefully he's okay.
Well, they won over the Phillies last night. That was good.
Yep.
There goes the runner. The pitch is up high. Throw down to second base is not in time, and it's a stolen base for Ryan St. Ledger. He got a good jump, Troy, and the throw by the catcher was too high to even have a chance of getting the runner. So now we got St. Ledger in scoring position, the tying run down there with Camden Cowger batting with a 1 ball, 1 strike count. That pitch is outside. That's ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Rocky Hull, is it? Is the home plate umpire? I'm not sure where he's from. These umpires are assigned by the IHSA, by the way. Another pickoff play down at second base, not in time. Second baseman Braxton Lane taking the throw. from pitcher Austin Stevens. Camden Cowger. Here's the pitch. Curveball is up high. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Coach Duncan clapping his hands, walking around the third base coaching box down there. And we got a different first base coach today. We'll tell you about that in a minute. That's a strike on the outside corner. Normally we get Kevin Smurden down there, but Kevin suffered a heart attack Tuesday night. And so Kevin Shue, one of the unpaid assistant coaches, is coaching down there. And that ball's popped up. Out into shallow right field, and it drops in there. Right fielder Joel Glenn came charging in. Second baseman Braxton Lane went out, but the ball dropped between them. So that's a bloop single there for Camden Cowger. And here's Marty Schmittler. Here's a boy, Troy, who can reach those fences if he gets a hold of it.
Yes, he
can.
And
that could give us a 3-1 lead. Marty, a very stocky built, good athlete. He swings and misses strike one. Marty was selected, as I had predicted, as the athlete of the year at Edwards County High School this school year. Star running back and linebacker on the football team. Important part of the basketball team, starting 5. He swings and hits the ball high out into right field, and it is bouncing right at the fence. 2 runs are going to score, and Marty's going to, oh, you better get back, Marty. He dives back in there. Marty thought about going to third and then put the brakes on and scampered back into second base. And the Lions have taken the lead 2-1, and I'm sure you can hear the Edwards County fans giving their approval to that. Marty shot that ball right to the fence. I think Troy had dropped right at the base of the fence.
I think you're right.
To drive in 2 runs. And now here's Dallan Cowger, the Edwards County catcher, who also has hit home runs this year. So Marty Schmittler, as I was saying, was not only in the starting 5 of the basketball team, but also here on the baseball team. There's a strike on the outside corner. So obviously, as far as I was concerned, he was the obvious pick for athlete of the year at Edwards County High School. And as far as males, I think Maddie Hout was
I think you got that right.
Female athlete of the year. There's a curveball, stays inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Lions did give away a run in the first inning, but they got it back here now in the bottom of the first. Leading now 2-1. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Austin Stevens pitching for Galatia here today. And right now, there goes Caleb Reed out to the mound, and we're not doing Major League Baseball, so nobody's keeping track of mound visits.
No.
You can keep track if you want to, Troy, but it ain't going to make any difference.
Won't make any difference.
No, but it'd give you something to do.
Well, yeah.
Wouldn't want you to go to sleep over there.
I don't think so. I think this is going to be a good game.
Here comes the pitch. Ooh, that hit him. I think that hit Dallan in the thigh. So that's a good place to take a pitch, Troy, is in the thigh. And here comes Tyger Clodfelter, the Edwards County center fielder, one of the few seniors on the baseball team. He was the only senior on the basketball team this past season. I don't think Tyger played any football, but he certainly was an important part of the basketball team and has done very well for the baseball team. Here's the pitch, and a fastball is high and outside. Ball 1. So we got runners at first and second now with nobody out. Lions have scored 2 runs. Now pickoff play. Marty dives back in there safely. Third base umpire's over there umpiring the base at second. So Bird Huber's working down the line at first base. Here's the pitch way outside. That's ball 2. Sun's a shining, but I sure didn't think that was going to happen here this morning when we left home, Troy. It's cloudy, overcast, very light sprinkle every now and then. That's gone now. Ooh, there's a curveball that just missed the inside corner.
And the Edwards County bleachers are starting to fill up, Dave.
Are they? Oh, that's good. I'm glad to see the good turnout. And Galatia brought several fans up
they sure
here.
did.
Here comes a fastball over the outside corner for a called strike. 3 balls and a strike. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Lions have scored 2 runs to take the lead 2-1 and have runners at first and second. Here's a fastball on the inside corner, strike 2. Cade Schwartzlose, the Edwards County shortstop, waits on deck. Full count on Tyger Clodfelter. Here's the full count pitch and a shot into right field in the hole. Base hit. 1 run's going to score. Here comes Marty to the plate. He slides in there safely. And now there goes, we've got a runner caught. Now they've got a runner in the rundown, and let's see if the Lions can get out of there. Slide in there, and he's out. Well, the Bearcats played that one all right. Who was that running on that, Troy? It got caught. Was that number 7?
Number 7, that'd be a courtesy runner.
Yeah, that's a courtesy runner. That would have been, let me just find here. Oh, Noah Sweeney.
Yeah.
Noah Sweeney was the courtesy runner for Cowger, and he got caught in the rundown and was finally tagged out at third base. But the Lions did get a run in, so we lead now 3-1. There it is up on the scoreboard, 3-1, with 1 out and a runner at second base in Tyger Clodfelter. So he gets an RBI out of that.
Yep.
Pitches outside for a ball. Tyger stroked the ball cleanly into right field. Marty Schmittler scored from second base. They're waiting to throw to the plate, but it was not in time to get Marty. And then they caught Noah Sweeney in a rundown between second and third. That goes back to the screen through the catcher's legs, and there goes Tyger scampering to third base. So we've got a runner at third with 1 out and a 3-1 lead for the Lions. This is Cade Schwartzlose, the Edwards County shortstop, who has done some pitching this year for Edwards County. Stevens into the wind, and the pitch is way over his head and to the backstop, but no chance for Tyger to score. Not a whole lot of distance between home plate and the backstop here, so you've got to have a real good lead from third base, plus maybe a good bounce off the backstop to have a chance of scoring on a passed ball or a wild pitch. Here comes the 3-0 pitch, and it's in the dirt for ball 4. So now the Lions have runners at the corners, first and third, with still just 1 out. And here comes Fritchley.
Jordan.
Yes, Jordan Fritchley, who's the designated hitter. And now Andy Bell comes out of the dugout, and they're going to have a conference on the mound. Lions have a 3-1 lead here. I was mentioning a little while ago that Kevin Schmerden, who normally is the first base coach, had a heart attack Tuesday and is not coaching first base, but I understand he's sitting in the back of a pickup truck right down the third base line. Let me see if I can move the camera in there. Probably can't pick him out that well, but he is seated in the back of a pickup watching the game here. That's an Edwards County fan, wouldn't you say, Troy?
I'd say so.
I'm surprised he didn't try to coach.
Well, he would have. I'm sure he wanted to.
I'm sure he did too. All right, first and third with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 3-1 Edwards County. Championship game of the regional tournament. There goes the runner from first. Pitches a called strike as Fritchley was taken all the way. Fritchley is the designated hitter, hitting for Rotramel, who's playing first base, but not batting. Second and third now. The pitch, curveball, swing and a miss. Actually, that was a kind of a change-up curve, Troy.
Yeah.
Took a lot off that and also had a hook to it. So it's an 0-2 count now on Fritchley. Stevens off the full stretch throws a strike 3 call. That's only 2 there, Stevens.
Only the second out there.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wishes it was
Austin
the third
thought
out.
that was the third out, but that was only out number 2. So it's still second and third, now with 2 outs. And here's Kyle Mewes, the Edwards County second baseman, who also does some pitching from time to time. And a fastball hit right back to the mound. And Stevens grabs it and throws to the Galatia first baseman, Ben Mitchell, for the putout. But it was a fruitful inning for Edwards County, Troy.
It certainly was, Dave. There were 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 2 men left, and no errors.
So we played 1 full inning in the regional championship game here in Albion. And the score now is Edwards County 3 and Galatia 1.
And we have as webcast boosters Eddie and Joyce Miller, Kent and Lori Reed, attorney Brian Schenkel and his wife Sonia, Jim and Jody Peach, the parents of baseball and basketball player Tyler Peach, Larry Schmittler Service, that's Oilfield Engine Repair in Grayville. Larry and Linda Schmittler are the grandparents of basketball and volleyball player Malia Schmittler, football, basketball, and baseball player Martin Schmittler, and basketball player Ty Schmittler. And good luck to the Lions from Tanea St. Ledger, a physical therapist at the Rehabilitation and Performance Institute in Albion, and Eric St. Ledger, your Edwards County State's attorney.
You may be wondering if Edwards County wins this game, when they would play next. Well, they would move on to the Camden sectional tournament, I think. Let me look here now. I'm pretty sure that's right. I got so many papers here, Troy. Yeah, Camden sectional next Wednesday at 6:30 against the Steelville regional winner. And playing there this morning for that regional championship is Steelville and Shawnee Wolf Lake. So if the Lions win, they'll face either Steelville or Wolf Lake Shawnee next Wednesday evening at 6:30 down at Camden. That's a long way to go. All right, here's the first pitch at the bottom of the second, fouled off to the left side. And this, by the way, is Ben Mitchell. Nope. It's A.J. Hankins, isn't it?
It's the number 5 hitter, yeah.
Yeah, A.J. Hankins, he swings and misses. He's behind on the count now, 0-2. Hankins is the Galatia shortstop. Marty Schmittler, Edwards County pitcher, fires a fastball, swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout. Another strikeout for Marty. So after a rough start for the Edwards County defense, the Lions have come back to take the lead and hopefully playing some better defense now. Stepping in for Galatia is Ben Mitchell, the first baseman for the Bearcats. And again, for those who are joining us late, I don't know what a Bearcat is either. And neither do any of the players. Pitches down low for a ball. They do have an insignia on the side of their right shoulder. It looked like a combination bear and cat. I don't know, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Will Pulliam on deck for the Bearcats. Fastball, swing and a miss. Tell you what, these Bearcats, they like those high fastballs.
They certainly do.
They've been fishing for a lot of high pitches today here from Marty. That was a chin whiskers shaver. Driving Mitchell back off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's another fastball, swing and a miss, another strikeout. Marty's throwing bullets today, Troy.
Yes, he is.
He scared me, though, when we started setting up here. Look out there, and Marty Schmittler's walking around in street clothes. I thought, oh, no, he must have got hurt. We could use him today. And then Marty said, no, I'm just waiting for my uniform to show up. There's a swing and a miss by Will Pulliam, the center fielder for the Bearcats. There's a pitch up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the sun's a shining finally here today at John Keener Memorial Field. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Yeah, from the size of the applause downstairs, Troy, it sounded like we got a pretty good turnout here today to back the Lions.
I think we do.
And that pitch is way outside and back to the screen. Edwards County catcher Dallan Cowger had no chance to stop that one, but no damage, nobody on base. 2-2 count with 2 outs in the second inning. Ooh, swing and a miss. Another strikeout. And that was a quick inning for the Edwards County Lions.
It sure was, Dave. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts for Marty Schmittler.
So we've played an inning and a half here at John Keener Memorial Field on a beautiful Saturday morning. And as we go to the bottom of the second, score is Edwards County 3, Galatia 1.
Citizens National Bank in Albion. Nails Funeral Homes in Albion and Fairfield. Gospel Chapel in Bone Gap. Services are every Sunday at 10. Brian Mewes, he's your Edward Jones investment agent in Albion. Edwards County Superintendent of Schools, David Cowger and his family, David, Tiffany, Dallan, Camden, and Addison. Rick, Kelly, Allison, and Drew Wolf. Doug Raber, he's your State Farm insurance agent in Albion. The Merbarger family, that is Lonnie, Valerie, Sadie, and Hallie. Kevin, Heidi, and TJ Smurden. Head baseball coach, Chris Duncan, and his family, Miranda Jackson Jeter, Dr. Chris Ballard and his wife Jerry, John and Denise Duncan, Ed and Mary Bailey, George and Shirley Tribe, and Eddie and Lila Fuchs.
So we'll go to the bottom of the second now. And again, for those who joined us late, this is officially the NCOE Class 1A Regional Baseball Tournament, but because of wet grounds down at Norris City, they played the semifinal game here yesterday afternoon, and the Lions won that over NCOE by a score of 13-2. And so they're playing here again today because it's still too wet down at Norris City. Play down there on their field. And the Lions are facing Galatia in the championship game. And leading off for Edwards County will be the 9th place hitter, Marcus Stennett, who's playing left field here this morning. Austin Stevens into the line, and a fastball is fouled back and out of play. You know, it's kind of interesting, Troy. In baseball, Edwards County by the IHSA is classified as 1A, where in football and basketball, we were 2A.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that was. And did Marcus go around? He did. Bird Huber, the base umpire, on the appeal from the home plate umpire, said Marcus went around. So he's down on the count 0-2. Ryan St. Ledger, the Edwards County leadoff hitter, waits on deck. And a fastball is in the dirt. Good block there by the catcher, Caleb Reed. So it's a 1-2 count on Marcus Stennett. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Curveball hit on the ground to the first baseman. He's got it. Races to the bag to beat Stennett. Good play by Ben Mitchell for the putout. And so here is Ryan St. Ledger, the Edwards County right fielder,
who drew a walk and later scored.
Ryan taps the plate with his bat. And here's the first pitch to him. Fastball is fouled back and out of play. Classifications by the IHSA are based usually on your student enrollment. However, if you consistently win a regional tournament, they can bump you up a classification. That pitch is outside. I suspect that's what happened to our volleyball and basketball teams because Edwards County had won their regional consecutively for several years. That may be a reason why we were 2A in those sports. There's a strike. And Ryan backs out of there. I don't know whether he didn't like the call or just disgusted with himself for not swinging at it. 1-2 strike count. Camden Cowger, the on-deck hitter for the Lions. Here's the pitch by Stevens, and a curveball is high and inside. Evens the count, 2 strikes. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Did he go? Did he go?
Yep. Home plate umpire says he did.
He did. That's a strikeout. So here comes Camden Cowger, the Edwards County third baseman,
who had the bloop single into right back in the first inning and then later scored.
Camden was an important part of the basketball team this past season. He shoots the ball to shortstop, fielded cleanly over to first base in time for the putout. So it went from Hankins to Mitchell for the putout, and that was a quick inning.
It was, Dave. No runs, no hits, no errors.
So we played 2 full innings here at John Keener Memorial Field on a now sunny day in Albion. Temperature in the low 70s and a nice breeze blowing from right towards left. And we've played 2 innings, and the score is Edwards County 3, Galatia 1.
Debbie Judge, your Edwards County Sheriff's Deputy, Albion Computer Guy at 275 South 4th Street in Albion. Whenever your computer needs fixing, go to Albion Computer Guy. Their hours are 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. The watering can at 107 West Main Street. Stop in and see the flowers and gift items that Nathan has available. Call 445-3924. The Beerster family, J.R., Tara, Haley, J.C., Walter, Mark, and Rachel at JTK Services. When you need tires, check with J.R. Dwayne and Leanne Lear of Lear Electric in Albion. For electrical service that you can depend on, call Dwayne Lear at 446-3166. United Mutual Insurance Company at 14 North 4th Street in Albion. When you need insurance, call Rick Etheridge. Keith, Kayla, Taylor, and Drew Roosevelt, proud family of softball player Avery Roosevelt. And RCS Motorsports and Reese's Car and Truck Service, located at 401 West Church Street in West Salem. A locally owned automotive shop. They do service and accessories. Call 618-456-2556.
All right, Marty Schmittler finishing up his warm-up tosses. And just looking here at my schedule, other Class 1A regional championship games being played today. I mentioned that Steelville is playing Shawnee Wolf Lake, I should say, this morning. Cobden and Tams Egyptian, they're playing at 4 this afternoon. And a very good baseball team, Goreville, is playing Crab Orchard this morning down at Golconda. Those are teams that the Lions could end up facing in the sectional should they win this tournament. All right, here's the first pitch, and that is fouled off back to the backstop by Caleb Reed, the Galatia catcher. Joel Glenn waits on deck, and then we go back to the top of the batting order for the Bearcats.
I think in 2A play, Fairfield has a game today also.
Yeah, that's right. Fairfield in 2A, they're playing in a regional championship. Not sure where and against who. That's a strike on the inside corner from Schmittler. 0-2 count now on the batter. We're in the top of the third. That pitch is outside. So it was a quick second inning, 1, 2, 3, and out for both teams. Fastball is fouled back again. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Caleb Reed. Here comes the next pitch. Fastball hit on the ground. Oh, it bounces over Kyle Mewes' glove into the outfield. That'll be a base hit. Kyle got over there in good shape, Troy, but then the ball made a tricky hop over his glove into the outfield. Had a good chance there to make a good play, but bad hop sent it over his glove.
It happens.
Yep, it does. In fact, I think it may have happened off the edge of the lip of the grass there.
I think you're right.
That caused that. All right, here is
ninth place hitter
Joel Glenn, the right fielder for Galatia. Swing and a miss. Caleb Reed, the catcher, is the runner at first base. Andrew Rotramel, the Edwards County first baseman, trying to hold him close. And here's a swing and a miss. There goes the runner to throw to second base, and the tag is not in time. So it's a stolen base there for Caleb Reed. Galatia does have 3 players on the bench, but they do not use a courtesy runner for their catcher like Coach Duncan tends to do. Here's a fastball. Strike 3 call over the outside corner. So that's one out. And we go to the top of the batting order again. Here's Brendan Mondino. I think that's a name that I remember from the basketball games whenever we've done a Galatia basketball game. Left-hand batter. Marty off the stretch. Pitches. Fastball low and outside, ball 1. What did Mondino do the first time up, Troy? Oh, I remember he bunted the ball, didn't he?
He bunted the ball, which we scored as a single.
Oh, yeah,
you
got to give him a single.
Yep, sure did.
Can't give an error to Camden. I mean, he just fell down.
Absolutely not.
In case you missed that, I'll describe that for you here in just a minute. Pitches up high. I realize sometimes people join us while we're in the middle of the webcast or even after the start. The first batter up there, Mondino, bunted the ball high in the air. Camden Cowger came charging in and then fell down. There's a strike at the knees, and the ball fell to the ground right behind him. So you got to give Mondino a base hit on that, and then he stole second and went to third, and the throw went out into the outfield, and he came home to score. Pitches outside. So it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count on Brendan Mondino, Mondino. Noah Triplett waits on deck for the Bearcats. Schmittler from the stretch throws a fastball outside, and that's ball 4. So the Bearcats have the tying runs on base now. And here is Triplett.
Triplett struck out in the first.
And that's what Marty hopes he can do this time with him. Triplett, the third baseman for the Bearcats. You can see that insignia on their sleeve, Troy. Pitch is hit on the ground. Fielded there, and the forced play at second base for the putout. Ball was not hit very hard, and Cade Schwartzlose, the Edwards County shortstop, came in on the infield grass, fielded the ball, and flipped it over to Kyle Mewes, covering the bag for the force out. But that does put runners at first and third here now with 2 outs. And this is Austin Stevens, the Bearcat pitcher. What's that insignia looks like to you, Troy? Is that a bear or a cat or a both?
Now, on the sleeve...
There's a swing and a miss.
On the sleeve, based on looking on the ears on it, it looks more cat than bear.
Don't it? It does. It does look more like a cat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With a little bear mixed in. I don't know. 0-1 count, and there goes the runner to second, and a throw right back to the pitcher, but the runner at third base was not fooled.
You know, maybe a long time ago, Dave, there was some kind of cat that hunters saw out in the woods that at the time they didn't have a name for it, so they just came up somehow with bear cat, but now we got another name for it.
That pitch is up high. Are you making that up, or is that...
Well, it seems possible.
Well, yeah.
Like maybe back then, like a lynx or a cougar or something else looked, and they just called it bear cat.
That could be. I don't know. And that ball is bunted down the third base line, and the throw to first base is in time to put out the runner, and that saves a run because the Bearcats would have got a run had he legged that bunt out. Good defensive play by Camden Cowger coming in from third base and made a good throw on a good stretch by Andrew Rotramel for the putout. Troy?
Well, in that inning, Dave, the Bearcats had no runs. They had 1 hit and 2 men left.
So we go to the bottom of the third, and our score remains Edwards County 3 and the Galatia Bearcats 1. Troy?
Your webcast boosters, Dave, include Eddie and Joyce Miller, Kent and Lori Reed, attorney Brian Schenkel and his wife Sonia, Jim and Jody Peach, parents of baseball and basketball player Tyler Peach, Larry Schmittler Service, oil field engine repair in Grayville, Larry and Linda Schmittler, grandparents of basketball and volleyball player Malia Schmittler, Football and basketball and baseball player Martin Schmittler and baseball basketball player Ty Schmittler. Good luck to the Lions from Tanea St. Ledger, physical therapist at the Rehabilitation and Performance Institute in Albion, and Eric St. Ledger, your Edwards County State's attorney.
Austin Stevens, the right-hander for the Bearcats, taking his warm-up tosses before facing the Lions in the bottom of the third. This is the championship game of the NCOE Regional Class 1A Tournament, being held in Albion again today, as it was yesterday because of wet grounds down at Norris City. In the Edwards County baseball field here, which is traditionally a grass field, and they do have a tarp here at Edwards County High School to protect the base paths and the home plate and pitcher's mound area, which are the only portions of dirt on the field, well, except I guess you could say a track that goes from one dugout to the other around the fence on the inside. I don't think we have a track at the base of the outfield fences. I think grass goes all the way up to the fence. But the unless you're getting a real downpour, they can go ahead and play baseball here at Edwards County.
Yeah.
And so it started out rather gray and overcast with a few sprinkles, but that's moved out, and the sun's a shining here in Albion. Marty Schmittler is going to lead it off for Edwards County here in the bottom of the third.
Marty got things going with his two-run double back in the first inning, and he later scored also.
Stevens into the windup, pitcher against pitcher here, and Marty swings and misses, strike one. Marty Schmittler, he's my neighbor. He lives across the field out there in the West Village area. And a curveball is popped, and that's going to go right to the first baseman. That ball was hit on the end, right around the handle, I think, from the sound of it. And the first baseman for the Bearcats, Ben Mitchell, made the catch easily. So one up and one down. And here's Dallan Cowger, our cleanup hitter and catcher.
Dallan reached on an error in the first inning.
First pitch to him is a fastball, high fly ball out into left field, back, and it is out of here. Dallan Cowger knocks it over the left field fence for a solo shot home run, and the Lions are up now 4-1. Dallan taking it easily, and I think that's John Brock out there ringing his red bell out there in left center field. 4-1 Edwards County. Good shot by Dallan Cowger, showing us why he's our cleanup hitter.
There you go.
All right, here's Tyger Clodfelter.
Tyger had a hit and an RBI back in the first inning.
Tyger, right-hand batter, takes a curveball and taps it back to the backstop. Strike one. Lions hoping to win this game and move on to the Camden sectional tournament, playing next Wednesday evening at 6:30 down at Camden. Here's the next pitch. Fastball over the outside corner, and that's strike two. Cade Schwartzlose waits on deck for the Lions. One out here in the bottom of the third. 4-1 Edwards County. Next delivery on the way, and that bounces in front of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, Troy, I'll tell you what. I don't think you could ask for much better than this. I mean, you know, it's not so hot.
Oh, no.
Temperature in the low 70s. Nice little breeze blowing. Here comes the next delivery. Did Tyger go around? I think he did. That pitch was way inside, but Tyger brought the bat through the strike zone. And that's a strikeout. That's 2 gone. And let's see, we've got Schwartzlose, Cade Schwartzlose. Here's the pitch. That's all outside. I think Cade's a senior, isn't he?
He is one of 2 seniors on the squad.
Yeah, okay. I think I
Dave.
said Tyger was the only senior on the baseball team, but I think that's wrong. I think Cade is also a senior. But the rest of them, I think, are underclassmen.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. That's outside. You know, really, this year's athletic program at Edwards County High School has been predominantly underclassmen.
Yeah.
Basketball team starting 5, 4 of them were underclassmen. They'll be back for Coach Gerlach next year. Pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Fielded there and across the diamond in time. Good play by the Bearcats. A.J. Hankins to Ben Mitchell for the putout. And that retires the side in the 3rd inning. But we got a run.
Sure did, Dave. The solo home run from Dallan Cowger increases the lead and sends Edwards County towards the top of the 4th, leading 4-1. And your webcast boosters include Citizens National Bank in Albion, Nails Funeral Homes in Albion and Fairfield, Gospel Chapel in Bone Gap. Services are every Sunday at 10. Brian Mewes, your Edward Jones investment agent in Albion. Edwards County Superintendent of Schools David Cowger and his family, David, Tiffany, Dallan, Camden, and Addison. Rick, Kelly, Allison, and Drew Wolf. Doug Raber, your State Farm Insurance agent in Albion. The Merbarger family, that is Lonnie, Valerie, Sadie, and Hallie. Kevin, Heidi, and TJ Smurden. Head baseball coach Chris Duncan and his family, Miranda, Jax, and Jeter. Dr. Chris Ballard and his wife Jerry. John and Denise Duncan. Ed and Mary Bailey. George and Shirley Tribe. And Eddie and Lila Fuchs.
Okay, we're getting ready to go to the top of the 4th inning, and Troy's going to call the play-by-play of this inning if he can find his way to do so here.
I think we can.
All right.
Coming up.
Now, don't give up the lead, okay?
Oh yeah.
If you start giving up the lead, I'm taking it back.
Yeah. Who was it that used to say that on TV games to somebody? Oh, whenever he'd leave to go over to the radio side, Harry would tell him not to lose the lead if the Cubs were ahead. If they were ahead.
You know, off to the west, that does look like that could bring more rain into this afternoon.
It's real possible.
As long as it stays away long enough to complete this game.
Yeah. Trees are whipping it around a little bit.
We don't need any rain delays here.
No, we don't want that. All right, the second baseman, Lane, is the batter. He struck out back in the 1st. First pitch is outside for a ball.
He's the cleanup hitter for the Bearcats.
He is the cleanup hitter, and he swings and misses. 1-1. Marty kicks and fires. Strike 2. 1-2 your count. Marty is ready to go. 2-2. Now, Marty is doing something out there today that they were talking about a lot during last night's game. He's getting the ball, throwing it. He's not out there lollygagging around on the mound.
And he's throwing BBs.
Yeah, he's definitely throwing some aspirin tablets up there today. 3-2 the count.
Well, a guy built like he is ought to be able to throw aspirin tablets.
He should. That one's in the dirt, so Marty's going to start off by issuing a walk to Lane.
In fact, during the basketball season, I often called him the Bull.
Oh, his mom even calls him that.
Does she?
Oh, yeah.
I never heard her say that.
Yeah, I did one time.
You didn't make that up, did you?
No, I did not.
All right.
Marty has issued 3 walks on the day. First pitch is a strike to this batter, Haskins. Or Hankins.
Yeah, Hankins. Move the camera here so you can catch that runner at first.
Marty looks back at the runner.
Ooh, that was close, Troy.
Pretty close. Marty decided he needed a dust bath over there, so he had him diving back in.
That's Bird Huber, I think from Carmi, the base umpire down there.
Yes, you're right. Marty checks. He pitches. That is popped up. Somebody should have that call out there. Kyle. He does, and he's got it. One away.
You reckon when Bird was a little boy and he told somebody something, they'd go say, "A little bird told me that"?
Oh, my. Oh, my. It's a long season, folks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's Ben Mitchell, the first baseman. He struck out his first time up. And there's a wild throw. And Lane is going to take second on that.
Now, we can't get back into what we were doing in the first inning here, Troy. We're going to win this game.
No. Mitchell steps back in. Marty looks back, pitches, and that's a called strike. Marty's got that baseball, and he's ready to go. And here's the pitch. And a weak grounder to third. Cowger takes it. And he's out at first. A weak tapper by Mitchell to Cowger. 2 down. And good base running down there by Lane to take third on that. So with 2 down and a man on third, that brings up the center fielder. Pulliam, yeah. Pulliam, foul tip, and Dallan's going to take a little time there on that one, and to help him take a little time, the umpire comes out to have a talk with.
Give Dallan a little chance.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're doing.
You may have had some equipment.
Yeah, you might also had a tiny little bit of equipment damage there.
Might have dented that wire.
Oh, it could have. It sure could have, Dave.
I think Dallan's going to be okay, but
yeah,
I think it's just equipment.
He needed to shake it off a little bit.
Well,
plus, you got the
true.
equipment thing too.
True. 4-1. We're in the top of the 4th inning here. Edwards County leading.
That's your relationship there between your home plate umpire and the catcher. They know what it feels like to get one in the mask.
Yeah, I do too. I used to do some catching.
Yeah, there you go. And there's a called strike.
In fact, in a makeup game in my neighbor's yard one time, I was catching without a mask and took one right off the nose.
Ow.
That wasn't very smart, was it?
No, it was not. Marty's ready. He checks and pitches. That's in the dirt. 2-2. And even on a pitch in the dirt, somebody says good eye.
I would like to have 1 penny. 1 penny for every time I hear somebody say that at a baseball game.
Your piggy bank would explode. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So, we had no runs. We had the walk. We have 1 man left. There was an error. But we head to the bottom of the 4th. Edwards County still leading in this contest 4-1. And your webcast boosters, as soon as I find them here, are as follows. Debbie Judge, Edwards County Sheriff's Deputy. Albion Computer Guy at 275 South 4th Street in Albion. Whenever your computer needs fixing, go to Albion Computer Guy. Their hours are 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. The watering can at 107 West Main Street. Stop in and see the flowers and gift items that Nathan has available. Call 445-3924. The Beerster family, J.R., Tara, Haley, J.C., Walter, Mark, and Rachel at JTK Services. When you need tires, check with J.R. Dwayne and Leanne Lear of Lear Electric in Albin. For electrical service you can depend on, call Dwayne Lear at 446-3166. United Mutual Insurance Company at 14 North 4th Street in Albin. When you need insurance, call Rick Etheridge. Keith, Kayla, Taylor, and Drew Roosevelt. Proud family of softball player Avery Roosevelt. And RCS Motorsports and Reese's Car and Truck Service located at 401 West Church Street in West Salem. A locally owned automotive shop. They do service and accessories. Call 618-456-2556.
Austin Stevens finishing up his warm-up tosses before pitching here in the bottom of the fourth. The Lions leading 4-1.
And we're going to start it off with Jordan Fritchley, the designated hitter who is hitting in place of the first baseman Andrew Rotramel. Jordan, his first time up, struck out. And here's the pitch. And he swings and misses on that one. Strike one. That's a ball outside. Stevens has been battling out there as well today for the Bearcats. He had a rough first inning, gave up the solo shot in the third, but other than that, he has not pitched a bad ball game. Called strike on the inside corner. Makes the count 1-2. Stevens pitches. Inside. Count is 2-2. Stevens is ready and he pitches. Swing and a miss. So he starts it off with a strikeout here in the bottom of the fourth. And that'll bring Kyle Mewes to the plate. He hit one back to the mound to finish off the first inning. So he's 0 for 1 so far. That is high for ball one. Kyle is a really good contact hitter. Swings and misses on that one.
You'd have had to add a little bit of another 6 inches on the bat to reach that one.
I think so. That one is low and outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Here comes the Southern Freight Train. Couldn't have a ball game without a train going through.
Absolutely not. Just wouldn't be the same. Inside. 3-1. You would think Kyle's got a green light here.
Must be going through the Red Hill Road crossing down there now.
That is back up the middle. That should make it. It does also. That took a bad hop through there on the shortstop.
That baseball had eyes, Troy.
Yeah, there you go.
Way right through all the infielders.
That's
and the pitcher.
it. That's the old saying. That was a seeing eye hit. That'll bring up Marcus Stennett. He is 0 for 1. He hit a grounder to first. Back in the second inning. Back in is Kyle Mewes.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Kyle trying to steal here, Troy.
I think you could see that.
I think he runs fast enough for Coach Duncan to give it a try.
Up around the eyes a little bit, but Marcus, it is hard to lay off the hard ones, high ones.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Lori Petty liked him.
Yeah.
Unless you saw the movie A League of Their Own, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Down
in the dirt. And
Balk was called.
A balk was called. That's it.
Yep. That was called by the first base umpire, Bert Huber.
There's a shot into the gap. Right fielder is under it. He makes the catch, and Mewes cannot tag on that.
Good catch by Joel Glenn.
Yes.
Over in right center field to make the catch.
So 2 down with a man on second, and we're back to the top of the order to Ryan St. Ledger. He has walked and scored, and he struck out in the second. Stevens checks the runner and pitches. That hits in front of home plate. Nice job of blocking it, and now he needs to walk it off a little bit.
Yeah, that's the catcher Caleb Reed, and his head coach Andy Bell comes down the line to check out his catcher. If you've never done any catching, you cannot. I mean, you can have a little bit of sympathy and think you know what it must be like back there, but unless you've ever done some catching, you really don't know what it's like. It's probably the fastest way to get to the major leagues for a player these days, but it's not the easiest way.
No.
And he's got his mask back on. He's ready to go. And he gets a good hand from the crowd here in attendance. A lot of people on hand here this morning to watch this game. Several people sitting in chairs or in the back of pickups out there in the beyond the left field fence.
Umpire Rocky Hull making sure the catcher's okay. Stevens checks, and he pitches. That is back to the mound. Hull tosses it over, and that retires the side. So, Lions have a runner on the base hit by Mewes. There were no runs, 1 hit, 1 left, no errors. We head for the 5th.
And the Lions still have the advantage, 4-1.
And your webcast boosters include the watering can at 107 West Main Street. Stop in and see the flowers and gift items that Nathan has available. Call 445-3924. The Beerster family, JR, Tara, Haley, JC, Walter, Mark, and Rachel at JTK Services. When you need tires, check with JR. Dwayne and Leanne Lear of Lear Electric in Albin for electrical service you can depend on. Call Dwayne Lear at 446-3166. United Mutual Insurance Company at 14 North 4th Street in Albin. When you need insurance, call Rick Etheridge, Keith, Kayla, Taylor, and Drew Roosevelt, proud family of softball player Avery Roosevelt. And RCS Motorsports and Reese's Car and Truck Service located at 401 West Church Street in West Salem. A locally owned automotive shop. They do service and accessories. Call 618-456-2556.
The winner of this game advances to the sectional tournament next week down at Camden, Illinois, home of the Camden Apple Knockers. A team several years ago that made it all the way to the state finals up at Champaign. And that year, they also suffered one of their losses to the Edwards County Lions. I remember that game. I was in attendance. But the Apple Knockers shook off that loss to the Lions and went on to make it all the way to the championship game, finishing second, if I remember correctly.
That brings up our 8th place hitter
Reed, Caleb.
Caleb Reed, the catcher. Outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reed had a single in the 3rd inning, but was left stranded. There's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. Hopper to short. Schwartzlose with the throw across and out. Rotramel came down on the bag just in time to make the putout. A little bit of a soft toss there, and Rotramel was able to come back down in time before the runner made it. And that brings you to your 9th place hitter, Glenn, the right fielder. He struck out back in the 3rd. First pitch is a strike from Marty. He fires and going after the high one, swinging a miss. That's strike 2. Up high for a ball.
Guess Marty thought if you'll swing at that, I'll try it again.
Hey, yeah, might as well. If he's going to go after him, let's see if he'll do it again.
He couldn't hit it the first time. Let's see if he can do it the next time.
That's in the dirt. 2-2. And that one is also in the dirt.
So after 2 high hard ones, he throws 2 hard ones in the dirt.
Yep. Marty is not too happy with himself out there. He is ready. There it is, strike 3, right down the middle.
How many strikeouts is that for Marty now?
Let's see here. That's his 8th.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yes, sir.
And Coach Duncan is out of the dugout. Now, what's this all about? Can't understand why we need a conference now, but apparently Coach Duncan thought we needed one. I mean, we're ahead 4-1, nobody on base, 2 outs. Marty seemed to be cruising along. There's no really big need to save any innings for Marty because I know he's pitching strong, and if the Lions win,
he's taking the ball from him.
Pitching change, yeah, because they won't play again till next Wednesday.
And
looks like Tyger Clodfelter is going to come in to pitch, Troy.
Yeah, no, that's Marcus Stennett.
Oh, because Marcus had gone over to center field to talk with
the other outfielders.
The other outfielders, yeah. Let's see.
And
Mewes is going to the outfield.
Mewes is headed toward the outfield. That's
I know what's happening. Marty's going to third base, and Dallan or Camden's going over to second base.
That has to be it.
And Marcus Stennett's going to pitch here in the
top of the 5th.
Top of the 5th inning.
With 2 men out, and Mondino due up.
So I guess, the only thing I can figure is Coach Duncan's just wanting to save any possibility of an arm problem for – because Marty, I mean, he was still throwing strikes. Well, maybe not. I mean, he did throw 2 high ones and then 2 in the dirt. So maybe Coach Duncan saw something about Marty maybe tiring a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not second-guessing him. I'm just trying to figure out why we make the pitching change. But I'm sure that Coach Duncan had a good reason for it. So Marcus Stennett, who I think is a sophomore.
One way to find out.
Does that roster tell how? What?
It does.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
There he is. Yes, he's a sophomore.
Yeah, okay. Now the seniors are Tyger
and Cade Schwartzlose.
Yeah, and we got juniors Fritchley, Schmittler, Cowger, Dallan, and Kyle Mewes. And sophomores, Andrew Rotramel, Tyler Peach. And I guess we're ready to go, Troy.
And we're ready to go. Marcus has finished his warm-ups. Mondino takes it outside for a ball. Mondino had a single and scored, and he walked. Takes it low. Ball 2. Here's the pitch. Mondino fouls that away.
Now, I want you to watch, Troy, when this batter gets set. He does something we just don't see that much in baseball players. Look at that.
He chokes up.
He's choked up a good 1.5 to 2 inches on that bat.
Oh, yeah.
And you just don't see many high school players doing that anymore. We were always told you get 2 strikes, choke up on the bat.
Yep.
Or if you're not getting around on the pitcher, choke up a little. But you don't see it much anymore. You seldom see a major league batter choke up on the bat.
No, definitely not. So the count is full here now on Mondino, and that'll be, he will draw his second walk. Well, you can see why Mondino hits leadoff for Coach Andy Bell. He does what a leadoff hitter's supposed to do.
Get on base.
There you go. So that brings up Triplet, who is 0 for 2 in today's contest. Marcus pitches. Foul. No balls and a strike.
Birds are singing, nice little breeze blowing, sun peeking through the clouds. The sky's beginning to clear up a little bit here.
It's going back in the other direction again, yeah. Oh, look pretty good, and it is kind of a delayed call there by Coach Umpire Rocky Hull, but it is a strike. 0-2.
And he's going to do a little house cleaning here.
Yep.
Clean that plate off there. That's Andy Bell, the head coach down there at third base for the Bearcats. Kendall Hankins is the coach over at first base for the Bearcats.
Ooh, there goes Mondino. That should be a successful steal a second. It is. He had a good jump.
Well, Dallan.
Plus, the pitch was behind the batter.
Oh, yeah, it was behind the batter, so Dallan had to move off to his left to make the catch. And didn't have much of a chance in throwing that runner out.
And that time he hit him.
Now that runner was, he's going to have to go back to second base.
He's going to have to go back to second base. Dead ball.
The runner was going on the pitch, but that's a dead ball off to the hit batsman, so he has to go back to second base. And I think he would have had it stolen too, Troy.
Yeah. So you got 2 down. Stevens, the pitcher, is up. He is 0 for 1 and has drawn a walk today.
Well, let's hope that pitching change doesn't come back to haunt the Lions here.
No.
Because Marty was moving right along there.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Leading 4-1 here in the 5th.
Swing and a miss. Marcus threw some cheese on that one.
Don't talk about that. I'm hungry. I didn't have any breakfast.
Oh, my. Swing and a miss. And Mondino runs right into the tag. So that takes care of that inning. With the runner thrown out. And it is no runs, no hits. Because of the strikeout, only one man left, or excuse me, the runner being thrown out, one man left, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. It is Edwards County 4, Galatia 1.
Webcast boosters picking up the expenses for us to bring you this webcast today. Troy's going to tell you who they are. Some of them, anyway.
Yes. Some of them include Eddie and Joyce Miller, Kent and Lori Reed, attorney Brian Schenkel and his wife Sonia, Jim and Jody Peach, parents of baseball and basketball player Tyler Peach, Larry Schmittler Service, oilfield engine repair in Grayville. Larry and Linda Schmittler are the grandparents of basketball and volleyball player Malia Schmittler, football, basketball, and baseball player Martin Schmittler, and basketball player Ty Schmittler. Good luck to the Lions from Tanea St. Ledger, physical therapist at the Rehabilitation and Performance Institute in Albin, and Eric St. Ledger, your Edwards County State's attorney.
Troy, some of our viewers may have noticed that this year we have not done any away games for the softball and baseball teams, and there's a good reason for that. We do not have nearly as many webcast boosters for these baseball, softball games as we normally have for basketball and girls volleyball. And so therefore, our expenses to do a home game are significantly less than if we were doing an away game. So we just really, I lost several $100 webcasting games last year when I filed my taxes, and I'm not a rich man, so I can't afford losses like that. And so to keep our expenses lower this year, I have concentrated on home games.
And another thing that is factored into it, Dave, is that some of these road games, either there's no access to a broadcast booth or they just don't even have one at all. And in some of these places, unfamiliar territory, you're not even really sure where you might be able to find a good vantage point to set up and do the game.
Well, plus that, only during the last couple of weeks or so has the weather been
exactly.
such that I wanted to be out doing a game. And here at Albion, we've got a nice enclosed broadcast booth.
Exactly.
Not the case on a lot of away fields the Lions went to.
Right.
And I'm getting too old to sit out in the cold and rain.
Yes. And that brings to the plate Camden Cowger, who is 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored.
Some people may be wondering, well, if the Lions win this, you're going to do the game down at Camden. Well, I won't promise that we will, but I'll see if arrangements can be made. That's as far as I can go with that. But the Lions got to win this first.
That pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stepping back in with this 2-1 count is Camden Cowger. Swing and a miss. 2-2 your count. Stevens kicks and fires. Popped up and out of play. Foul. Two the count. Camden adjusts the batting gloves, and he steps back in. Off the end of the bat, into the screen, it's foul.
Didn't miss the Edwards County dugout by much.
No, he didn't. He had them awake. Camden steps in there. Stevens kicks and fires. That's inside. Full count. Foul that off. We're even starting to get a bit of a crowd out there in left center field beyond the fence over by John's truck.
Well, it's a good day to sit out and watch baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful day for baseball.
Didn't look that way at the beginning this morning.
No, it did not.
That's all cleared out now. It's nothing but white, puffy clouds up there right now in the sky.
That is exactly what we
shining.
have. Here's the pitch. There's a shot to left field, but he's lost it. I think he lost it. He lost it. It goes over his head. I think it went out over his head over the fence. Man, the way the left fielder was dancing around, I couldn't tell.
He didn't know where it was, did he?
No, and he made me lose it. So that's a home run for Camden Cowger, and that makes it Edwards County 5, Galatia 1. I did not think he got all of that on.
Well, I did, but the way the left fielder was acting, I thought, well, maybe it wasn't hit that well because he started coming in, and obviously he didn't know where the ball was.
He came in on it, then went back a little bit, then came forward a little more, and then he turned around like, oh, okay, that's out of here. Well, nevertheless, that's a solo shot for Camden Cowger.
Is that his second?
No, that's his first. First time up, he got the bloop single into right.
Who got the other home run?
Dallan did.
So the Cowger boys,
Cowger brothers.
The Cowger boys have been hitting the home runs today. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's 5-1 Edwards County. And Coach Andy Bell is out there talking to his players. Oh, we're going to get a pitching change here. Number 3. That's A.J. Hankins.
All right, so Hankins is moving to the mound. He's going to pitch.
Yeah, so let's see who goes to shortstop here from this to see what other changes might be made. 5-1, we're in the bottom of the 5th. Edwards County now with that home run. We've had 2 solo home runs here today, both by the Cowger boys. First, Dallan hit one, and now Camden comes back and strokes one. Both of them over the left field fence. And so the Lions up 5-1 here in this Class 1A NCOE officially regional baseball tournament. Moved here to Albion yesterday and again today because of wet grounds down at Norris City. And it's Galatia against Edwards County in this championship game. Galatia got here by virtue of their 3-2 win over Grayville earlier this week. And then their 4-3 win over Gallatin County. I think that was back on Wednesday. Edwards County, the highest seed in this tournament, this regional tournament anyway, knocked off NCOE. They received a bye from the first round. They knocked off NCOE here yesterday in Albion, 13-2, and here in the championship game lead 5-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Troy?
We've got Martin Schmittler stepping in here. I think Stevens went to short.
Yeah, that probably makes the most sense. They just, Hankins and Stevens just switched positions.
So here's Marty. He had a 2-run double back in the first and scored. And then he popped one up in foul territory.
Ooh, that one went off the
third.
umpire.
And now it's one off of Rocky Hull.
And he's going to take time to walk it off a little bit.
He's going to wait until he hears the bells quit ringing, and then he'll be ready to step in. Marty's checking on him. A lot of people are getting dinged up behind home plate today.
We've had a lot of foul tips into the catcher and the umpire.
Marty steps in. He's ready. That one's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's one outside. So Camden probably told Dallan, see, I can do that too.
Yeah.
There's another in the dirt.
He may not have said it, but I bet he thought it.
Oh, I'll bet he did. I'm sure they'll talk about it later.
You know, that catcher's got something on. I see a lot in youth baseball that you don't see in the major leagues, those knee savers.
Yeah.
You might notice that. Notice those dark things below the inside knee.
Yeah.
That's to give support to the leg in the crouch to where it's not so much strain on the knees.
Yeah.
You see that a lot in Little League, Pony League, high school ball. I don't know whether I've ever seen it in college baseball or not, but you never see that in a major league catcher, those knee savers. So Marty gets a walk.
There's a shot.
That's a big
past the second baseman, up the middle. Marty's digging for third. Here's the throw. He is safe, and it gets away. Marty's headed for home. There's the throw, and the catcher dropped it off the end of the glove. Otherwise, he might have had a play at the plate. But nice hustling all the way on that, Dave. Marty had his mind made up. He was taking third on that hit.
Yep.
And there was the throw got away just enough that Marty decided, I'm headed for home. A good throw might have had him, but it tipped off the edge of the catcher's glove, and Marty is safe. Good hustle all the way around the bases there by Marty Schmittler.
And we're going to get a courtesy runner for Dallan at third base, and I believe it's Sweeney again.
Noah Sweeney.
And here's Tyger Clodfelter. So now it's 6-1 Edwards County. Well, Marty made a good head first slide into home plate.
He sure did.
I don't know whether the players have to launder their own uniforms or not, but if they do, Marty's mom's going to have a dusty, dirty suit to
It
wash.
sure is. That's in the dirt.
But I'm sure Audrey can handle it.
Oh, I'm sure. Tyger is 1 for 2 with an RBI today.
I just can't see Dale doing laundry.
I don't think so. That one's inside.
I never did till Pat died. Which reminds me, I've got laundry to do when I get home.
There's a shot into left center field. That'll put in another run. And that will make it 6-1 Edwards County.
Clean base hit by Tyger out into shallow left center field. 6-1 Lions. 7-1, I'm sorry. Didn't get it up on the scoreboard fast enough for me.
Yeah, that's right. That makes it 7-1.
7-1 Edwards County.
So that brings up Schwartzlose. He is 0 for 1 and has drawn a walk. And there's a strike call.
You found anybody to do your laundry yet, Troy?
Just 3 people, me, myself, and I. That's okay, though. Just pump in a few quarters and read at the laundromat.
You like reading Ladies' Home Journal, do you?
No, I take my own stuff. And they could have a double play here. He's out. A soft liner to the pitcher, Haskins, and he guns it to first, where they are able to double up Tyger Clodfelter. There's a shot to short. Eats up the shortstop, Stevens, and he will not be able to make the play in time. I am going to go ahead and rule that a hit, Dave, based on how hard that was hit.
Yeah, that was a hard smash that Stevens did knock down, but you got to give him a hit on that.
Oh, yeah. No question it ate him up, but that was a hard smash, folks. And that brings up Kyle Mewes, who is 1 for 2. He had a base hit back in the 4th. So we've got Fritchley on first, 2 men out, 3 runs already in this inning. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to Kyle Mewes.
Slow curve that time.
Yep. 1-2 with 2 men out. And Kyle's not happy with himself there. He swings and misses for strike 3, but a very good inning for the Lions. They score 3 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 man left, and there was also 2 errors. So we head to the top of the 6th. It is 7-1 Edwards County. And your webcast boosters. They include Citizens National Bank in Albion, Nails Funeral Homes in Albion and Fairfield, Gospel Chapel in Bone Gap, services every Sunday at 10. Brian Mewes, your Edward Jones investment agent in Albion. Edwards County Superintendent of Schools, David Cowger and his family, David, Tiffany, Dallan, Camden, and Addison. Rick, Kelly, Allison, and Drew Wolf. Doug Raber, your State Farm Insurance agent in Albion. The Merbarger family, Lonnie, Valerie, Sadie, and Hallie. Kevin, Heidi, and TJ Smurden. Head baseball coach Chris Duncan and his family, Miranda Jackson Jeter. Dr. Chris Ballard and his wife Jerry. John and Denise Duncan. Ed and Mary Bailey, George and Shirley Tribe, and Eddie and Lila Fuchs.
You know, I think I forgot to mention that Kyle Mewes, who had been playing second base, at the change of pitchers, moved from second to left field.
Yeah.
And Stennett came in to pitch.
Right.
Schmittler, who was pitching, went to third.
Right.
And Camden Cowger, who was playing third, moved to second. Everybody else stayed the same.
Yep.
All right, here we go, 6th inning. Let's see what's going to happen here for the Bearcats. Time running short for them. They find themselves down by 6 runs now with the 7-inning ball game underway here. Austin Stevens, who was the pitcher for the first part of the game, now playing shortstop, steps in to lead off for the Bearcats here in the 6th. Marcus Stennett into the windup, and a fastball is outside for ball 1. Stennett the pitcher with Dallan Cowger catcher. Here's the next delivery, a fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Andrew Rotramel is the first baseman. Camden Cowger at second. Cade Schwartzlose is at short. Here's the next pitch. That's in the dirt. Back to the screen. A very dirty Marty Schmittler is playing third base. Kyle Mewes is in left, Tyger Clodfelter in center, and the right fielder is Ryan St. Ledger. Ooh, look out. High and tight. Fastball. 3 balls and a strike. Stennett in his 2nd inning of work in relief of Marty Schmittler, who would be in line to be the winning pitcher should the game stay this way. Ooh, that's back to the backstop. That's ball 4. So the leadoff hitter for the Bearcats is on, and here's Braxton Lane, the second baseman for the Bearcats. What's Lane done today, Troy?
He is 0 for 2.
3 umpires on the scene for this regional tournament, assigned by the IHSA, not hired by the schools. There's a strike on the outside corner. Rocky Hull, the home plate umpire, Bird Huber, and David Hill, is that right?
Correct.
The other base umpire. There goes the runner. Throw down there is in time.
He's out.
He is out of there. Good throw from Dallan Cowger to Cade Schwartzlose, who put the tag on the runner to cut him down stealing. And so that's the first out of the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Braxton Lane. Here comes another train through. Hope they're not going in opposite directions. I think that's a 1-lane track down there. There's a strike. One-two count. Stennett's pitch. Fastball. Foul back to the screen. Regional championship in Class 1A here at Albion today. Moved here from Norris City because of wet grounds down there. And a curveball misses inside, ball 2. Winner here moves on to Camden next week for the sectional. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. 2 gone here in the 6th. And this is A.J. Hankins, who started at shortstop, came into pitch here in the last, or in the top of the inning. That's foul back, actually in the bottom of the inning, previous inning. We're in the top right now. Top of the 6th. 7-1 Edwards County. Stennett's pitch is a slider. That'd be what I'd call that. It had a hook to it.
I think so.
And had too much velocity for just a regular curveball. It was a strike. 2-strike count now on Hankins. A curveball hit on the ground, foul down the third base line. Yeah, we're running out of baseballs here. I hope some fan didn't think they can keep a foul ball. You can do that at major league parks, but not here. They didn't charge you $100 to get in here, so you can't keep it. Pitches outside for a ball. In fact, I don't think you even have to pay here at Edwards County. Now, some schools do charge you to go to. I remember when we did a sectional game somewhere, they were taking tickets.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. That's another strikeout for Stennett. And that's all for the Bearcats in the 6th. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still Edwards County 7 and Galatia 1.
And your webcast boosters include Debbie Judge, the Edwards County Sheriff's Deputy, Albion Computer Guy at 275 South 4th Street in Albion. Whenever your computer needs fixing, go to Albion Computer Guy. Their hours are 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. The watering can at 107 West Main Street. Stop in and see the flowers and gift items that Nathan has available. Call 445-3924. The Beerster family, JR, Tara, Haley, JC, Walter, Mark, and Rachel at JTK Services. When you need tires, check with JR. Dwayne and Leanne Lear of Lear Electric in Albion. For electrical service you can depend on, call Dwayne Lear at 446-3166. United Mutual Insurance Company at 14 North 4th Street in Albion. When you need insurance, call Rick Etheridge. Keith, Kayla, Taylor, and Drew Roosevelt, proud family of softball player Avery Roosevelt. RCS Motorsports and Reese's Car and Truck Service, located at 401 West Church Street in West Salem. A locally owned automotive shop. They do service and accessories. Call 618-456-2556.
Well, Troy, looks like we've got some more changes made here. Looks like Gabe Sanders is taking over in right field for the Bearcats. And I think the right fielder, Glenn, is now, I saw him on the field a little while ago. Where did he go to?
That's a new left fielder, too.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking the right fielder went over to the left field, but maybe not. Did you see 11 out there anywhere?
Not yet.
That's Joel Glenn, who was the right fielder, but I know he's not out there now because Sanders just took his place. And we've still got the same pitcher. This is Hankins, still taking warm-up tosses. First baseman's the same. Oh, okay. Glenn's now playing second base.
Yeah.
Joel Glenn's now at second base, so where did Lane go? Braxton Lane. He's number 21. You see him
He's
out there?
at short.
He's at shortstop.
Yep.
Okay, so where did Stevens go? He was playing shortstop. Maybe he's on the bench now.
What number was he?
Stevens is number 5.
I think he's at third base now. Nope.
Nope.
Number 10 is.
That's still Triplett. He's still at
Okay.
third base. So it looks like Stevens may have gone to the bench.
We do have a new left fielder, too.
Well, I think that's Glenn, who may have.
No, he's at second base.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll have to. I forgot to bring my field glasses to see who that is that's playing left field now. Well, anyway, here we go now into the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Marcus Stennett, the Edwards County pitcher now, leading off here for the Lions. And here's the first pitch. And he fouls that one out of play. Bearcats and the Lions. And again, for those of you who joined us late, I have no idea what a Bearcat is. Do not know of such a creature. Neither did any of the players for Galatia. He called it a strike. 2 strikes on Stennett. Ryan St. Ledger waits on deck for Edwards County. The sun's is shining brightly here right now at John Keener Memorial Field. That pitch is outside, bounces away from the plate. Should the Lions win, they will go to Camden next Wednesday for the sectional. Will we be there? Well, can't promise that yet, but we will try. And it's popped up. Out into shallow right center, and it's caught by the center fielder for the Bearcats for out number 1. That's number 28, right? Number 29, Will Pulliam, making that catch. So we go to the top of the batting order with 1 out. Ryan St. Ledger will bat. And what's he done on the day, Troy?
He is 1 out of 3 on the day, 0 for 2 with a run scored on a walk.
And he shoots the ball foul down the third base line. Coach Duncan couldn't make connection with it. We probably would need to pick up some more sponsors, Troy, to go clear down to Camden next week. That ball's tapped foul again down the third base side. Right now, we're at best at a break-even process here on home games with the number of webcast boosters that we have. And the pitch shot into the gap in right center. That's going to go in for a base hit. So now St. Ledger's got a hit, Troy.
Yes, sir.
Good shot right into the right center field gap. So here's Camden Cowger, who smashed one over the left center field fence an inning or so ago. Both of the Cowger boys have hit home runs here today. Wonder if their dad's down there watching today.
He might be.
He fouls it back. Of course, their dad is David Cowger, the superintendent of Edwards County High Schools, or the whole school district for that matter. And David has always graciously been a webcast booster for us, regardless of what sport we're doing.
That's right. And
even when his boys are not playing.
Right. We greatly appreciate it.
Yes, we do. Pick-off play to first base, not in time. St. Ledger back easily. Let me move the camera so you can see the base runner. And you still can't see him. Well, now you can when he takes his lead. And there he goes. And there's the pitch up high. The throw down there, not in time. Stolen base for Ryan St. Ledger.
That is his second stolen base in today's game.
So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. 7-1 Edwards County. Fastball down low. Marty Schmittler waits on deck for the Lions. Barring a double play, he'll get a chance to bat here in the 6th. A little bit outside. 3 balls and a strike. What are you going to do with yourself this afternoon? Take a nap?
Depending on what time we get home, let's have the pitch here.
Fouled back, and again, I think the catcher caught that one. Almost thought maybe it hit the catcher or the umpire, but he caught it. Think I'll do laundry.
I think I will watch the 68 Cardinals get introduced before the game starts.
I don't think you're going to be there in time.
And maybe not.
There goes the runner to third, and that ball is shot to the shortstop. Oh, it goes through him! And another run's going to score. That's an error.
Yep.
Went off the glove of the Galatia shortstop. What's his number? Is that 21? Can't be. Yeah, it is. Braxton Lane. He's playing shortstop now. Went off his glove. So it's now 8-1 Edwards County, and here's Marty Schmittler.
Well, I know there's going to be baseball on anyway.
Well, you can get home in time to watch the game, but you might miss that introduction to the players.
Yeah.
See how dirty Marty is?
Yep.
You reckon Tyde can get all that dirt out? That pitch is up high. Quick throw to first base, not in time.
Might take 2 Tide Pods, but I think it'll get the job done.
Yeah, probably. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Ooh, that was a change up there, and Marty was out in front of it. 2 balls and a strike. Again, for those just joining us, we're in the bottom of the 6th of this regional championship game. Edwards County 8, Galatia 1. Stretched by the pitcher, Hankins. Strike on the inside corner. 2-2 count. Tyger Clodfelter, no check that. Dallan Cowger waits on deck. A.J. Hankins pitching in relief of Austin Stevens for the Bearcats here today. Gets his sign from his catcher, Caleb Reed. And delivers. And a shot to short. Oh, again, off the glove. I'll tell you what I think happened there, Troy. Shortstop. Ooh, quick throw. Oh, they got him. They got him. My, oh, my. Well, first of all, that's an error to get Schmittler on first base.
Right.
But then Camden, after he got to second base, strayed off the bag, and the shortstop, who made the error because he took his eye off the ball and looked to second base, and then it bounced off his glove, but it didn't go very far.
No.
He picked the ball up, threw to the second baseman to tag Camden, and now there's a clean base hit to left. Dallan singles to left field. And now Marty's going to go to third because the third baseman's not there. The third baseman straight into the outfield.
Not sure what he was doing.
I don't know what he was doing either. He left third base completely unattended, and Marty took third base. And also, Dallan took second base, and now he gets a courtesy runner for him. Sweeney's going to run. Noah Sweeney's going to run for Dallan so he can go to the bench and get his catching gear on. And here's Tyger Clodfelter, second and third now with 2 outs and an 8-1 ball game. Tyger Clodfelter. He hits the ball in the air to behind second base, and the second baseman makes the catch to retire the side. But the Lions got some more runs. Or at least one more run.
They did. There was 1 run. There were 2 hits. There were 2 errors. And there were 2 men left.
So we get ready to go to the top of the 7th inning. Bearcats will have one last crack at the Lions, trailing 7 runs behind, 8-1. Troy?
The Watering Can at 107 West Main Street. Stop in and see the flowers and gift items Nathan has available. Call 445-3924. The Beerster family, JR, Tara, Haley, JC, Walter, Mark, and Rachel at JTK Services. When you need tires, check with JR. Dwayne and Leanne Lear of Lear Electric in Albion. For electrical service you can depend on, call Dwayne Lear at 446-3166. United Mutual Insurance Company at 14 North 4th Street in Albion. When you need insurance, call Rick Etheridge. Keith, Kayla, Taylor, and Drew Roosevelt, proud family of softball player Avery Roosevelt. RCS Motorsports and Reese's Car and Truck Service located at 401 West Church Street in West Salem. A locally owned automotive shop. They do service and accessories. Call 618-456-2556. Eddie and Joyce Miller, Kent and Lori Reed, attorney Brian Schenkel and his wife Sonia, and Jim and Jody Peach, the parents of baseball and basketball player Tyler Peach.
Okay, Marcus Stennett finishing up his warm-up tosses before pitching the 7th. Pardon me. I didn't have a... Let's see, I think I do have maybe one more swallow of water here in my bottle. Normally I have 2 bottles up here, Troy, but concession stand was closed before
we got started.
Before we got started. Okay, I think I'm ready to tell people about the 7th inning is going to be like. And this is Ben Mitchell. He's the Bearcat first baseman. Well-built lad. Almost big enough to hunt bears with a stick.
My goodness, he's turning around and batting left-handed.
Did he bat right-handed?
He batted right-handed the first 2 times.
Well, you don't see that very often in high school. Pitches a ball. Not many switch hitters I've ever seen in high school, and I've been doing this now for 50 years. There's a swing and a miss. Maybe you better go back to the other side. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7th inning. Last inning. Stennett's next pitch. Tapped down the first base line. Stennett grabs it and tags him out for out number 1. So the pitcher unassisted on that put out. And here's Will Pulliam. He is the center fielder for Galatia. Galatia Bearcats. We've done some of their high school basketball games in previous years. Swing and a miss. Marcus Stennett trying to finish out the ball game for Edwards County after Marty Schmittler pitched the first 4 innings. Fastball a little bit outside and low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Really ought to mow my yard when I get home. That's what I really ought to do. That's a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike. I think that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll start a low to close and then go out and start.
Well, there you go. Multitask.
That might work, yeah. That pitch is hit foul down the right field side. That's going to be way out of play. Haven't been able to find a wife yet to take care of all this laundry and cooking and cleaning, so I have to do it myself. I had a few prospects, but they were just too fat for me.
Oh, my gosh.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Boy.
There's a strikeout. Well, the Bearcats are down to their last out. And their last hope. Let's see who it's going to be here. This is a new hitter. I don't remember seeing him out there before, Troy. Did you see
That
him?
is a pinch hitter.
Is that number 17? Yeah, this is Cam Triplett. Cam Triplett. Oh, that's a nice green bat he's got there, Troy. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So Coach Andy Bell giving some of his bench players a chance to play here. Next pitch in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marcus Stennett, sophomore. Next delivery. Ooh, curveball in tight. Didn't curve that much. It might have been a fastball. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. 8-1 Edwards County. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 more strike, and the Lions are regional champions again. How many times in a row now have the Lions won regional championships? Several. Swing and a miss, and that's the old ball game, folks. Strike 3, and the Lions have knocked off the Galatia Bearcats by a score of 8-1, and the Lions are the regional champions once again in Class 1A, winning the NCOE Class 1A regional tournament, which started out down at Norris City but had to be moved up here to Albion yesterday and again today due to wet grounds down at Norris City. And so the Lions now will play again according to the IHSA schedule next Wednesday evening at 6:30, and that will be down at Camden, Illinois. And who will their opponent be? Well, that depends on who is winning or has won the game down at Steelville this morning between Steelville and Shawnee Westlake. Maybe we'll know later on today who the Lions opponent will be. And the question that might be on your mind is, for those of you who would not have any opportunity whatsoever to drive down to Camden next Wednesday evening, will we be there to webcast it for you? Well, we're going to try, but that'll depend a lot on the weather. A lot of it's going to depend. Here comes Kevin Smurden. Kevin's coming across to be in part of the picture. As was told you earlier, Kevin suffered a heart attack Tuesday and has been able to make it up here. He did not coach from the first base coaching box as he normally does. Instead, sat in the back of a pickup down the left field foul line. But he comes out here to be a part, as he should be,
Absolutely.
Part of the pictures for the regional championship, which you now see they're all holding up the regional championship plaque for the people to take pictures of. But again, getting back to what I was saying about our webcasting, we're probably at nothing better than a break-even proposition, even at these home games. So our expenses are going to be much more to go down to Golconda next Wednesday. And a lot of it's going to depend on whether I can pick up some more sponsorship between now and Wednesday and what kind of facilities they've got down there.
Yes, that's true, too.
And so I just can't make any promises. All I can say right now is
maybe.
We're going to try. We're going to try. Okay. What do you got for totals, Troy?
Dave, it was 1 run on 2 hits for Galatia and 8 runs on 11 hits for the Edwards County Lions.
All right. Anything you want to say before we shut things down for the day, Troy?
Well, Dave, regardless of whether we do or do not do the game next week, it has been an immense pleasure covering both the Edwards County Lions baseball team. Only got to do one softball game, and it got rained out on us. But
they considered it a final.
Oh, that was a final.
Yeah, that was a final. They decided it was enough. So the Lions did win that game. Unfortunately, they lost in the regional, so the girls' softball season is over.
But, Dave, we had a whole lot of fun doing Edwards County Lions baseball this year. Congratulations to them on this regional victory. And whether we're there or not, good luck to them next Wednesday down at sectionals.
Okay. Once again, the final score in the championship game of the regional baseball tournament here in Albion. Edwards County 8, the Galatia Bearcats 1. On behalf of our webcast boosters and Brother Troy, this is Dave Riggs saying so long for just a little while.